Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to episode 44 of Learn How to Sudoku, where we take very easy variant Sudoku puzzles and we break them down into detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Limestone Cave by Blobs. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 without repeats in every row, column, and box. And then the other rule is along thermometers, digits must increase as they move away from the bulb. So a valid example for, say, this thermometer would be something along the lines of 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, right? Because it's continuously increasing from the bulb to the tip. Now, if this were, say, well, okay, if, say, this were a 9, that would not work because even though it's increasing from these four, along these four cells, it's decreasing from the 9 to the 8, which is not allowed. Anyways, those are the only rules in this puzzle. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. So, for me, I like to basically, for thermometers particularly, and for long thermometers, I like going from the bulb and looking at what the minimum value of each cell could be, right? So obviously this minimum value is a 1 because that's the lowest value in normal Sudoku. But this digit must always be greater than this one because of the thermometer rule. So this is at least a 2. Similarly, this must be greater than that digit, but that's a minimum of 2. So therefore, this has to be greater than that. So this has to be at least a 3. And similarly, this would be 4, 5, 6, and 7, all along the thermometer. Then I like going from the tip and going back to the bulb and looking at what the highest each digit can be, right? So this can be the highest of 9, which is the largest digit in Sudoku, in normal Sudoku. So this could be 7, 8, 9. This has to be less than this digit, so it has to be at most an 8, right? Because it has to be less than at least a 9. Is that right? Yes, at least a 9. So this is 6, 7, or 8. This, again, has to be less than this digit. So this is 5, 6, or 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Let's see. So we can do that all along these thermometers, right? So then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the lowest. And if it's the highest, this could be 9, which makes that 6 up through 9. This could be 8, which is 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 through 4. Let's see. Is this the best approach? Probably not. Yeah, okay. This is what I normally like to do on thermometers, but I think I found a better path, right, to attack. The thing is, on thermometers, the 9 can only be at the tip end of a thermometer, and the 1 can only be at the bulb end. Well, we should look for areas where you can only have bulbs and only have tips. In box 2, and we're labeling the boxes from normal Western reading convention, just so that it's easy for us to basically communicate. So this would be if, for example, so if typical Western reading notation is from left to right and top to bottom. So this would be box 1. This is box 2. This would be in box 3. This would be box 4, box 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? So in box 2, Where could a 9 be? Again, 9 can only be on a tip of a thermometer. So it can't be any of these cells because they're not a tip. So therefore, this has to be a 9. Similarly, in row 2, where is the 9? It cannot be any of these cells because they're not tips. So it must be here. So this is a 9. Well, in row 1, where can the 9 be? It can't be any of the bulbs, and it can't be here because of this 9, so it must be here. So this has to be a 9. Let's see. Where is the 9 in box 6? It cannot be here because of this 9. It can't be any of the non-tips, so this can't be 9. It has to be one of these 3 digits. Well, where is the 9 in column 7? It has to similarly be the tip or one of the non-thermometer cells. So this is 9, one of these 3 is 9, one of these 3 is 9. In column 2, where is the 9? It cannot be here because of this 9 or this 9. It could be the tip or it could be the empty cell. So this is one of these 2 is a 9. Well, that means in box 4, the 9 has to be one of those 2 cells, which means none of these can be 9. None of these can be 9 because of obviously this 9. So it could be the tip in column 3 here, or it could be the empty cell. So one of these 2 is a 9. In box 8, where is a 9? It cannot be here because of this 9. It can't be any of these because or these because these are not tip, so it must be here. So this is a 9, which means this can't be 9, so this is a 9. These 2 can't be 9, therefore it must be here. And since this can't be 9, this can no longer be 8 because, again, this has to be smaller than this digit. This can't be 7 because this has to be smaller than that digit. And it sort of cascades all the way down through the thermometer. So this can't be 6, this can't be 5, this can't be 4, this can't be 3. Right? Because you always have to be increasing from the bulb to the tip. And if this were 3, it would be greater than that digit because it would have to be a 2, etc., etc. So those are all the 9s. Where is the 1 in row 3? In row 3, it can never be a non-bulb. And so it can't be here, can't be any of these, can't be this, can't be this. It has to be here, which is the empty spot. Well, this 1 means this can't be 1 anymore, so that forces this to be 2, which forces this to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, where's the 1 now in column 7? It has to be here. So this is a 1. Let's see, what else do we have? Where's the 1 in row 2? It can't be any of these cells because they're not bulbs, and it can't be here because of this 1, so this must be a 1 here. This can no longer be 6, this can't be 5, this can't be 4, 3, 2. This can't be 7, and this can't be 9. So since this can't be 9, this can't be 8, 7, 6, 5, or 4. Because again, it cascades down, right? Because this always has to be less than this cell, which has to be less than that cell, which has to be less than that cell, etc., etc. Okay, we have 1s here. So one of these 3 is a 1. That's pretty broad. One of these 4 is a 1. And one of these 4 is a 1. One of these 3 is a 1. So 9 is one of those 3. Where is the 1 in column 6? It has to be either here or here, but that doesn't really tell us much. This cannot be 1 or 2, so this has to be at minimum of 3 here, which means this is at minimum of 4, a minimum of 5, a minimum of 6, a minimum of 7. This can't be 9 because of this 9, so this has to be a maximum of 8, which makes this 6 or 7. This makes this 5 or 6, 4 or 5, and this is 3 or 4. Let's see. This can't be 9, so this is at minimum 3, 4, 5. This is a maximum of 8, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is 5, that forces this to be 4 and this to be 3, but that would eliminate all possibilities for these two cells. So this cannot be 5. If this is 4, that would force this to be 3, but that eliminates all possibilities for that cell, so this can't be 4. If this is 5, that would mean this is 3 or 4, but this 5 would force this to be 4 and that to be 3, and then this would fail as a thermometer. So this could not be 5, which means this cannot be 6. So this is 7 or 8. This is 6 or 7, and this could be 3 through 6. We're not sure which. This, well, where is the 2 actually in box 1? It can only be here. So this is a 2. And then we have a 3, 4, 5, 6 quadruple in box 1, which eliminates 3, 4, 5, and 6 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 6, which makes that 7. This can't be 7 anymore, so this must be 8. We know one of these is a 3, because none of these can be 3. And where is the 3 in box 1? It has to be one of those two cells. So the 3 has to be here, which means this can't be 3. So this is a 1, which means this can't be 1. What else do we have here? These can't be 3. So this is at minimum of 4, which means this is at minimum 5, at minimum 6, at minimum 7. So this could be 7 through 9. This could be 6 or 7, but it can't be 8 because of that 8. This is 5 or 6, which makes that 4 or 5. This again cannot be 3, but it could be minimum 4, and this could be 5. Well, this is a maximum of 8. So it could be 5, 6, or 8. It can't be 7. This is a maximum of 7, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So where is the 8 in box 2? The only place is possible is here, so this is 8. Where is the only possible place for 2 in box 2? It has to be here, so this is 2. Where is the only possible place for 3 in box 2? It has to be here, so that's 3. So this has to be 5, 6, or 7. This is at least 4. So it could be 4, 5, or 6 because it has to be less than that. This could be 6, 7, 8, or 9, but 6 and 7 are not possible. So this must be specifically 8 or 9. One of these again is a 3. This cannot be 3. This can't be 4 because we have a 4 here. So this can't be 5. We have a 6, 7, 6, 7 pair now in row 3, which eliminates 6 and 7 from the rest of the row. So therefore, this must be a 5, which forces this to be a 4 and forces that to be 3. This can't be 3, 4, or 5, so this must be a 6. So this can no longer be 6. This has to be at minimum a 4, and this can be 5 because it has to be greater. This has to be at maximum at 8, so this is 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 4, 5, 7, or 8. Any of those fit. But 4 cannot be here because of this 4. So this is specifically 5, 7, or 8. This has to be at least a 3, and this has to be at least a 3. This can go to 4, So this is 4, 5, 7, 8, or and this has to be 3, 4, 6, 7 at most. This could be 3, 4, 5, and this could be at most 7. So this is 5, 6, or 7, which makes this 4, 5, or 6, which makes this 3, 4, or 5. Therefore, where in column 1 is the 8? It can't be any of these cells because of how we eliminated, how we are limited by the thermometer. And it can't be here, so it must be one of these two. Column 1. Well, those are both in box 4. So box 4 cannot contain an 8 in the rest of the cells in the box. So this can't be 8. This must be a 7, which forces this to be a 6. This can't be 7 anymore, so that's 4. Sorry, that's 5. This 5 means this has to be a 4, and this could still be 6 or 8. The 6 and the 7 are no longer allowed in this box, and this can't be 4, so this must be a 3. Which means this can't be 3, this can't be 4, and this can't be 5. This can't be 7, and this can't be 5. So this is 4 or 8. These can't be 5 or 4. So no 5 or 4 allowed. This is 6 or 7, which means this has to be 7 or 8. We know 6 has to be one of these two cells because this cannot contain a 6 here. We know 6 has to be one of those two cells because neither of these can be 6. We know 6 has to be one of these two cells. Okay. What's the minimum here? So again, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This could be 5 and 9. This could be 4 and 5 specifically. This is 3 and 4, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 here as possibilities. This cannot be 8. This cannot be 8. Where is the 8 in column 3? It has to specifically be here. So this is an 8. This is a 1 or 2. And this is a 1 or 2. We have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair now in box 7, which eliminates 1 and 2 from the rest of the box, which makes this a 3. That makes this 4, which makes that 5, which makes that 9. So that limits 9s elsewhere. So this can't be 9, and this can't be 9. This has to be 1 or 2 also. Well, we have a 1 or 2, 1, 2 pair in... Well, okay, we have a 4 in box 7, so this can't be 4, so that forces this to be 5, which makes that 6, which makes that 7. Therefore, that makes the 4 and 8 pair as the last remaining digits in column 1. So this is 4 and 8, this is 4 and 8. Let's see. This could be 2. This can't be 3, though, right? This is 2 as a minimum because we already have a 1 in the column. This is 2 at minimum, but this cannot be 3, so this has to be 4 at least. This has to be greater than 4, so this is 5, which makes that at least a 6. It cannot be a 9, so it cannot be 7, so this is specifically 6 and 8. This then has to be 5 or 6 because it can't be 7, 8, or 9. This is 4, 5, and this must be 2, 3, or 4 because 4 has to be less than, this digit has to be less than these 3. Well, we have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair now in row 6, which eliminates 6 and 8 from the rest of the row. This can't be 8, so this must be 4, which makes that an 8. This can't be 6 because of that 6, so this must be 8, which makes this a 6. This means that can't be a 6, so this is 7, this is 8. What else are we looking for? This can't be 8 anymore, so therefore this must be 9, which means this can't be 9, and this can't be 9. Since this can't be 9, this has to be the 9. Okay, the remaining cells here in row 5 are 1, 2, 7, and 8. Well, this can be 1, 2, or 7, but it can't be 8. This could be 2 or 7, but it can't be 1 or 8. Where is the 8 in row 4? It can only be here. So this is an 8. Um, 6 cannot be any of these cells specifically because the 6 has to be one of these two cells. So this is not 6. These are not 6. Where is the 6 in box 9? It has to be here. So this is a 6. Remaining digits in row 7 are 1, 2, 3, and 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Obviously, this can't be 1 or 2. So this is 3 or 5, which makes this 2 or 4. Well, okay, let's go again. Minimum 1, 2, 3. This is at most a 5. 5, 4, and 3. So this could be 1, 2, 3. This is specifically 2 or 4. 6 cannot be here. 6 cannot be here. 6 cannot be here. Whereas a 6, it has to be here. This can be specifically 2, 4, and 5. We have a 2, 4, 5 triplet in row 8, which eliminates 2, 4, and 5 from the rest of the row. Therefore, this must be 7, which makes this a 6, which makes that 5. This can't be 5 or 7, so this is 8. This can't be 5 or 8, so this is 7, which makes that a 2, which makes that 1, which makes that 2, which makes that 1, which makes that 2. This can't be 1 or 2, so this must be 7. This can't be 5, so this must be 6, which makes that 7. Therefore, this is now a 4, 5, 4, 5 pair here. Well, say this was a 4. If this was 4, this would have to be a 5 here, but that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. So this can never be a 4, which makes that a 2. This can't be 2. This can't be 2 or 1. This can't be 1, 3, or 5 because of the 3, 5 pair now in row 7 and the 1, so this must be a 2. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. So this is 1, 3, or 4. We have a 4, 5, 4, 5 pair in column 4, which eliminates 4 and 5 from the rest of the column. Therefore, this is 3, which makes this a 5. Oh, this has to be less than 2, so this is 1. This can't be 1. We have a 3, 4, 3, 4 pair in box 9, which eliminates 3 and 4 from the rest of the box. So this must be a 5, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 5, which makes that a 4. We have 8 2s, so we know the last 2 has to be in the specific spot, so it's here. So this is 2. The remaining digit in column 4 is a 1. This has to be a 3. Now it's just normal Sudoku. This has to be 1 or 4. This can't be 1, so this is 4, which makes that a 1. This 4 means this has to be 3, which makes that a 4, and the last digit here has to be a 3. Fairly straightforward. Interesting use of thermometers, and it does look kind of like a limestone cave with the stalactites, which are on the ceiling, and the stalagmites, which are on the ground. Stalactites, are on the ceiling because they have a C in it, and stalagmites, are on the ground because it has a G in it. I think that's what that was the heuristic that I used to memorize which one was which. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.